Okay, so you're welcome back. And as I mentioned earlier, we bring in you the mental health show. And my guests are ready. Barnabas Atangongo is here. Shaida Brima is also here. And also Ella Emanuela is also here. We are live on Facebook. You can join us. And remember to share as you join us on Facebook. Let others also benefit from our discussion this morning. And the Facebook Live is by Kind Ketsikum St. Matthew. Of course, my name is Akusia Kwatma Boachi, and I am going to be your host this morning. So I mentioned earlier that we're looking at personality, a paranoid personality disorder. Paranoid personality disorder. So let me welcome my guests. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, AKB. Good morning, AKB.
Good morning.
I'm not feeling you guys, crowd.
Good morning, AKB.
That's more like it. That's more like it. All right. So Barnabas, I hear sir. Omaka, good morning, Amawana.
I think I'm mechanic is here, no man can
Also, show Muntem to where they can wahana where they can waha. Okay, they are working home.
I am a ladies first into me, Cham or Macana, but the media not out.
Okay, thank you very much, as always. And let's me quickly come to Barnabas to introduce our topic for us. Paranoid personality disorder. So what is paranoid personality disorder?
Okay, thank you very much, AKV. And good morning to our listeners that have been following us day in, day out. So when we talk about paranoid personality disorder, it is not anything big or difficult. We are just going to break it down for everyone to understand. So the word is paranoid, and we have personality and we have disorder. So three different words combined. So when we talk about the disorder first, disorder is mostly related to within our system, something that we know to be the norm. Now it deviates from the norm to something that we do not expect. So normally when that happens, we describe them to be a disorder. And with personality has to do with a person's trait, an individual's trait. So when we say traits, the things that make you behave the way that you behave, the things that makes you feel the way that you feel things, or the things that make you see the individual's life. So it could be the person's work setting, it could be the person's school, or it could be the home where you are going to spend a considerable number of time. So you should know that if someone has this serious form of mistrust, serious form of suspicion, definitely if you are in school, it's going to affect your academic work, because you can even be sitting in class and being suspicious of your lecturer. So if you are suspicious of that lecturer, how are you going to concentrate and pay attention to whatever that this person is teaching? The same way, imagine you are married to someone and you are so suspicious of the person that you feel that this person can even do you harm. Then you ask yourself at the first place, then why did you marry the person? But these individuals experience this because of the mental condition that they are having or harboring at that particular moment. And when we look at paranoid personality disorder, I'm going to use some prevalence from US, some percentage from US. Unfortunately, normally within Africa, we do not conduct a lot of research into these areas. But this is something that we need to invest much effort and much resources into it, because people don't really invest in mental health research. But within the US, it has been established that about 1.2 to 4.4% of adults have paranoid personality disorder. And what it means simply is that if you pick 100 people, there's a likelihood that maybe one person to about 4 people among those 100 people are going to will be having paranoid personality disorder.
Okay.
So there is something that relatively is common within individuals, and we need to take note of it. With paranoid personality disorder, it normally also comes with a broad kind of behavior that we call odd and eccentric. So when we say something is odd, like obiara fa kwan we so ba we nko an de e kwan na atache wo so aye basa basa na ho a na opeso ofa so kra na otim on do opeso otim otim wo ho no. So that is odd. So whatever thing that in general the little thing that you say to them, they are on edge and they are trying to and answer, they are trying to criticize you, they are trying to also say certain words back to you. So some of these things start within the adolescent and childhood period. And one thing that we normally see also among these individuals is that because of the odd behavior that they show, they are normally prone to, if it is case teasing them, case making fun of them during their childhood period. And we normally also see agoraphobia in these kind of people. So that is if there are a lot of people around or there is a particular social function, these people don't want to go there because they feel like their behavior is different, and when they go there, people are going to fish that out and stare at them or say certain things to them. So AKB, when we talk about paranoid personality disorder, we should know that it is a serious form of suspicion, is a serious form of distrust that people experience day in and day out, and this kind of suspicion, this kind of distrust also affect the way they function as individuals, whether in their work setting, in their school setting, in their social setting. So this is what we have to take note of.
Okay, many thanks. Now to Shada, let's look at the signs and symptoms of paranoid personality disorder.
Okay, thank you very much. When we talk about the signs and symptoms, first of all, people with PDD suspect without sufficient basis there that others are exploiting, harming, or deceiving them. So let's say you are in the same space with someone experiencing paranoid personality disorder, and maybe you're supposed to, let's say, contribute for a construction or something. Let's say class of 2020, you completed senior high in 2020, and then you want to do something for the school, so you are contributing money, and then this person has to bring their own share. They feel like this money I'm even contributing, the person just wants to run away with my money. The person is not going to use it for the purpose that it has been designed for. So they feel like anything someone is doing that has them in it, they feel like the person is just trying to exploit them. Or maybe you even say, let's go somewhere, let's go have fun. The person like, what if this person is just plotting to go and abandon me somewhere for someone to kidnap me? What if the person wants to go and stab me on the way? Like, they're always suspecting people. They don't even have proof. Like, any action you take, as long as they are involved, they are always suspecting that either you want to exploit them or you want to harm them. And then they are preoccupied with unjustified doubts about the loyalty and trustworthiness of friends and associates. So let's say as Ella and I are at the same space, or even Barnabas, then I doubt them. I feel like they are not even good friends. If we are together, they can easily betray me. Like, I don't even trust them. I might not even consider them as my friends, because I feel like if there's a situation where they have to speak for me, they are not even going to do that. Because we all have that particular friend, or that one person that we feel like we can trust, that we feel like they'll pull through for us. But this person never trusts anybody. They feel like no one is ever going to stand with them. No one is ever going to like talk some for them. Like, no one is just there for them. So they have loyalty problems. They don't trust people and all that, and then they are reluctant to confide in others because they feel like the information that they are going to give will be used against them. So maybe going through something at home, or maybe my family, everything is not, the price is too high, maybe let's contribute and buy and then share. This person is going to be like, you are going to exploit me, you are going to cheat me if you take my money and all that. So they feel like they are always being lied to, no matter who it is, and then they feel exploited by others. even when they have actually not been exploited. And then they they um they believe that friends, family, and romantic partners are untrustworthy and unfaithful. I already mentioned a part of this. When it comes to the partners, maybe they have someone they are in a romantic relationship with, or let's even say they are married to, and then just because your husband stayed outside for maybe up to 7 p.m., you start suspecting that he's cheating on you. Why would you come home at 7 p.m.? Maybe he usually even closes at 5 and something happens and he has to stay longer. Then you start suspecting him of, unfaithfulness. You start accusing him of things that he hasn't even done, things that he's not guilty of. And then outbursts of anger in response to perceived deception. So this one, they said perceived deception because it might not actually be a deception, but the person sees it as deception. So if the person feels even slightly that this person is trying to deceive me, then they'll just get angry. Maybe you've said something and they feel like what you are saying is wrong, you are trying to mislead them, they'll just burst out. They don't even take time to read the situation. Yes, and then they are often described as cold, jealous, secretive, and serious. So maybe if you are even friends with this person, the person might say that you have everything going very well in your life, you don't have any issues at all and all that. They might start feeling jealous towards you, and then they can appear as cold because already they don't trust you. If you are trying to even help them, they are suspecting your actions and all that. So normally we see such a person as cold. It's like, I'm even trying to get close to you and you are not allowing me, you're rather moving further away. Yes. These are a few symptoms that I'll mention. If I'm going to talk about everything, we might spend the whole
We'll sleep here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, don't let us sleep here. Okay, so Kawawa, a very good morning to you. I know you're doing the listening. She says, AKB, as for this condition, the patients are many pa. Tell Barnabas and my sister we are coming to the hospital soon. I hope they are ready for the numbers. Good morning, long time. Of course, Kawawa has been quite a while.
I said we are ready.
You are ready for them?
It's been a long time I heard from him, so good morning to him as well.
Okay. And he goes on to say that, AKB, all along, I thought this condition occurs through experience. Once bitten, twice shy. Or if you are bitten by a snake, when you see a worm, you run. But from their discussion, it looks more genetic.
Yeah. So there's a genetic cause to that. So there are certain people, you realize that who will be a maminka trick a cram for who will be a heaven say wabuso umami will be a or you're very suspicious the bika crab you know suspect a mom for sometimes you realize that the children that the person is going to give birth to, a few of them are also going to have those particular traits. So there's that genetic connotation that we have in there. So sometimes if you are having people who are already maybe your parents or cousins who are behaving that way, there's a likelihood that it could also run in your family. So when we get to the causes, I'm sure
we've even gotten there. So Ella, take us through the causes or risk factors.
Okay, so the exact causes of this disorder is not known, so we can't point a particular cause to it, but then there are a couple of risk factors. I would divide them into environmental risk factors and the biological risk factors. Barnabas already spoke a little about
the genetics. Yeah.
So basically, when we talk about genetics, it's about a trait in the family being passed on, and so it's possible that some particular traits could be passed on from the parent to the child, and maybe this trait could be one of them. Another one could be a family history of any other personality disorder or any form of mental health disorder, especially schizophrenia. So when you have this kind of disorder in your family, the chances that you develop a similar disorder are very high, and in this case, this disorder, paranoid personality disorder. Also, brain functions. There are certain parts of our brain that are responsible for decision making and our emotions.
Okay.
So research has shown that abnormalities in these structures could contribute to the development of this disorder. For instance, an abnormality in the amygdala is responsible for emotions, could cause one person cause somebody to develop this disorder. For instance, when we talk about emotions, trusting people has to do with our emotions. And if you don't trust somebody, say you don't like somebody, you see the person and then you hate the person normally, there's no way you are going to be able to develop trust for such a person.
Okay.
So as a result, if there's an abnormality in the amygdala, there's a chance that somebody could develop this disorder. And also certain neurotransmitters responsible for our emotions, if there's an irregularity in the production and also of these neurotransmitters, the chances that you develop a personality disorder or any form of disorder around the emotions are very high. So when we talk about the biological factors that could cause one to develop paranoid personality disorder, I talked about the brain function, genetics, and also our neurotransmitters. I'll be moving on to the environmental factors. Expecting this person to care for you and be there for you, but then you realize that this person is doing things that you don't expect the person to do to you. You are in the house with your father, you go to speak to your father, then he starts touching you weirdly, or every little thing that you do, your father is shouting at you or beating you. If the people who are even you know that these people are supposed to be there for me, the people who are supposed to be there for you are not even there for you, how much more the people who are outside? So it becomes difficult for such a person to build any form of trust or something like that. So these are some of the factors that could lead one to develop paranoid personality disorder.
Okay, thanks so much. So from all that you've mentioned, you know, as Kawawa said, "Nase a wunipa nimu." It's because of the experience and juma, once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
So with such a thing, can it be treated?
Okay. So yes, there are various forms of treatment that can be provided to individuals with paranoid personality disorder. But the difficulty with this particular disorder is that the person that is experiencing the disorder normally does not agree that there's something wrong with them. So because if the person is suspicious, we can try it out there. Those people that we know that are very suspicious about things, obi fane dan ho cross nipa na hwe ne dan mu em so or bibi on ne dan ni ade ade.
Those people obi gina ho anu wakọ bisa nipa say anamo ka me ho asama na.
That is it. Because the little gesture the person might do, you might feel that it is related to you. Those people, when you go and tell them that the way you are behaving looks like there's something that we need to take care of, the person will tell you no. They believe that what they are doing is the right.
It's right.
So that is the difficulty that we have with paranoid personality disorder. So in this instance, it is the individual that are around this particular person that is experiencing this condition that has to be proactive and actually help this fellow. So sometimes if you see and sometimes you get to a point where you realize that the individual realizes that even though I think that this person might be doing this to me, then it means that I don't actually have all the facts.
Yeah.
So possibly what I'm thinking about is not
It's not
the
so.
right thing. Then the person begin to adapt to a new ways of thinking about some of these things. So by the time that you end this particular therapy, it's supposed to give you a strategy to help you to be able to adapt to new ways of seeing things, new ways of perceiving things, so that you don't overly feel that distracting feeling, or you don't overly experience that suspicion that you normally go through in that process. So the CBT will target your thoughts, and anything that targets your thought, it changes your thoughts. It has a way of changing your behavior. So that's why normally we talk about people who have, for instance, people who are being brainwashed. So the person that is being brainwashed it just doesn't start from their behavior.
Okay.
They begin to infuse them with certain ideologies. So once the ideology sinks down there, then when you say Jack, whatever that you want, they are doing it for you. So that is how cognitive behavioral therapy works. We've got to live with them.
All right. So once it's very difficult to live with such people, Ella, coming back to you, how do you support a loved one who is going through this disorder?
Okay. So as Barnabas was saying, if you don't understand the condition, you are going to consistently be arguing with this person. So the first thing is that you should you should educate yourself on the condition. Once you understand what the condition is about, it becomes clear to you that this person is not doing what they are doing on purpose, and as a result, you avoid consistently arguing with the person. Another one is to be consistent and reliable. So here you say, don't start what you cannot finish. If you are there for the person in a particular way and you know that after a while you cannot continue to do it, don't even start it, because here the person does not already trust people easily. Then one day you are there for them, all of a sudden you are not there. It's going to give the person enough evidence to prove their beliefs. Okay, me normally, because I don't trust people, then I decided to trust you, then you've decided to betray me. And then another thing is that you should encourage the person to seek professional help. When Barnabas was speaking about the treatment, he mentioned that people with this disorder, they won't even believe you if you tell them that something is wrong somewhere. So you should find a way to maybe bring it up to the person without making it look like you are accusing the person, and encourage the person to seek professional help. Also, it's important to avoid arguing with such a person, because this person has beliefs that without professional help, the person is not going to be able to change them on their own. So you arguing with a person, you are just wasting your time, because you've said your own, the person too has said their own. There's nothing you can say for the person to believe you at that point.
Okay.
And then also set clear boundaries to control how much you are going to allow the person into your life, in order for you yourself to not start to resent the person at a point. So you are setting clear boundaries for your own peace of mind. And then the last thing I'll talk about is you should try to be patient with the person, because this is not something this person is doing intentionally. And so being patient is for both of you your own good, because if you are not patient with the person is going to continuously be arguing with you, also be arguing with the person. And also building trust with people, it takes time. And this person has probably lived their whole lives with people that they couldn't trust, and you are now trying to build trust with the person. And so it's important to be patient in order for this process to work very well. Thank you.
Thanks very much. So, Shada, do you have anything to add?
I'll just say that the biggest support you can ever give to people suffering from this is encouraging them to seek treatment. You don't just sit at home and diagnose them yourself. Let them speak to a professional. Let them be diagnosed by the professional. And then you can now extend all the support that Ella mentioned. But the biggest support is, if you're suspecting someone to have this disorder, just encourage the person to go seek treatment. Thank you.
Thanks very much. So we've been talking about paranoid personality disorder, and as Kawawa said, no,
I must add that so we have paranoid traits and we have paranoid personality disorder. So
as for the traits, you'll be out. Na omo de na bruso no abruso
disorder.
Omo de na disorder.
Obi aminim ne pa obi pa.
Mi amukan na mi hwe obi. Madwenem. Mi hwe obi pa madwenem. Ne de serious. Serious. Otimi so na obi bo nkomo mo twemu ha no afa akira ko bi sen pansa na mo ka me ho asema
ade ba ko no
na mo ka me ho asema na no mo sesen ma asem na no wo mo ka
na o tren yin so a se wona nipa ne trust wa bibia no ba be kan cho ba be yo se odi amanfo nkonkonsa kire ododo, because any bibia no ba ka jo se na no we here say we say na me suspect say we o person o ye me say na o person o ye say so sometimes e ba be say tan bia nipa no e ba on chen be di konkonsa na so complain too much so sometimes that's how it also present itself. But trait ni there,
but it becomes like a lifestyle sort of, so it will be difficult to even convince that person that yes, this is really a problem that you need to seek help.
And no, they no correct, because nipa no, that's the way the person has been. Remember we said even from childhood sometimes.
Yeah.
So nipa no has been that for a very long time, and even sometimes a war around the person, we feel like
ni suban no since nipa we there. Monja ni suban how de te wa no.
The moment you can't say Suban, say you join life among meanwhile, Nipano, a no community, Emmanuel, they show that Suban because those people no realize that I want to be fun and for Emanenche because I did Biano. It's difficult.
What can I say, me? And then we agree, and another fully and check not for no good. No agree, Koha. The beer was a sadam for
because Obia be banning Champion no be answer, Bakwana.
yes.
I do all the Busan and Seminum on Shadan Sunya, a new year Papa Bian from the Puntia or Ninipano and Yadam Phobia. And then you should realize that it's a problem.
Oh, what me know, ya cannot name me and Tikura no Ayaka.
As some now,
on one him.
as some now,
On your Biaka or Hana's or Ubena. Now, so the Waka, who knows why Ayaka.
I'm for home.
Edio.
Wait me a Tiano.
Aha, so with this, no. We are sure say treatment and as a man in the near age man.
So
because at the end I didn't move.
So treatment so a check. So no cry now a woman say boy was it ya dwene be a therapy at the hospital near. Was it they said they treat malaria no go on say the buy your mommy drew bear and said na
Ever call.
but we mun dey anentisa ha tinto bo asend bo a ebi mu nya njo bo oba odwen say oba ya no be yi kakra bi na no
Na
na entisa ha because I don't know e didi hu a bi a yemfa so more than 20 years e be there one day two as ha nti e say nkakra ha no na ya na ebi mu enya ho abotre.
Okay, I believe that those listening know they've really gotten it, and I'm sure everybody is picturing someone in the head. But we get the picture here home. We are picturing someone. We are picturing other people. Say, okay, this person. That's why this person has been behaving that way. But they won't carry you. Anyway, let me take your last words, and then we'll get out of here. Starting from Shada.
I'll just say a good morning to our cherished and loved viewers and
No cry, Mama.
Is that all?
yes.
Hey, Ella. Anna, did you discuss something? That's why she's looking at you and then laughing.
I'm so the way I will see Kazana. Did you come from UK?
Oh, okay, I get it now. Shada's boyfriend is watching us.
Oh,
so she's excited. Don't be shy.
I come in. Okay, Ella.
I'd like to say a good morning to all our listeners and viewers, and thank you to Fila FM for giving us the opportunity to be here this morning.
Okay, thanks. And then Barnabas.
Yo, good morning. I'm more boyfriend for your church. Also, I'm more girlfriend for your church.
And one, no.
We are meet your mom girlfriend are popular. Okay, I want to also say good morning to my in charge, Mama Yvonne at West Hospital. They have been supporting us, being a backbone for us, being able to come here always. And also, my bosses also back at the psychology unit at TTH as well. They also been supportive as well. And I just want to say that we have mental health professionals around that in case you are having any kind of this condition that we are talking about, when you pass by whether TTH, whether Central Hospital, whether West Hospital, or any health facility that has a mental health professional, we can be of help to you. So if there is any case or there is any condition of this sort, you can always pass by. And also good morning to Captain, hey Major, anywhere that you are. Today I'm not a cobra. And good morning, and thank you, Fela FM, for the opportunity as well.
Okay, thanks so much, and thanks to you out there for doing the listening. Thanks to Coombs and Matthew for the Facebook Live. So those who watched us on Facebook, we appreciate you. Those who listened to the show, we appreciate you, especially Kawawa, who contributed to the show. We are very much grateful. Thanks to Barnabas at Tangongo, Tamale West Hospital, Emanuela Yinpala, Tenbil, and also Shada Brima, all from the TTH Psychology Unit. We really appreciate all of you and your time here to come and educate us this morning and every Tuesday morning. Today looking at paranoid personality disorder. So if you know anybody who has it, okay, or behave or the way they talked, and it is too much, it is affecting all of you, and that person then advise the person to seek help. That is why Barnabas and Co are being paid, so they are waiting for you. Just go and then seek help, and she'll be fine, and you too will be fine, because she'll be hurting you every day. Thanks to everybody. Very shortly we'll join the nation's capital for the discussion segment. My name is Akusia Kwatama Boache, and we are out like that. Bye bye. TH.
Forever. Hey, I said, give me a one pay my dance to me, boy. Yeah, where you go, yes, you're by. I am in the